Tere! Warm greetings from cold Estonia. It is very good to have you here. My name is Sam, and welcome to the Vibe Project Meta Podcast. In today's episode, we will be discussing HR, its purpose, structure, and we'll also share some communication strategies. So, what is HR? HR, aka Human Resources, describes the entire workforce within an organization. HR management is a planned approach to managing the team which supports work efficiency and effectiveness. It is built on shared values and understanding and is linked to the organization's overall plan. Now let's talk about internal communication. Internal communication is a key aspect of HR management. It is the building block of organizational culture, which is based on values, mission, and work processes. When everyone shares the same values and understands processes and the mission in the same way, it promotes a much more effective use of resources. Effective internal communication increases engagement. Being aware of all the important updates as well as being involved in discussions keeps team members engaged. It boosts productivity. Clear communication reduces misunderstandings, ensuring that team works more efficiently. It straightens the culture. A well connected team develops a stronger sense of belonging and purpose, enhances crisis management, and builds trust. Making sure your team members are aware of key information and upcoming strategies through effective internal communication is the best way to build trust between them. A very important figure in every team is a leader. Leader carries out leadership communication. It refers to aligning other team members with organization's visions, updates, and goals. A leader is a person who makes sure that internal communication is understandable, clear, respectful, and friendly. If a conflict takes place, leader can become a mediator. Who is a mediator? Mediation is a voluntary process where a neutral third party, the mediator, assists parties in reaching a mutually satisfactory agreement. By guiding parties through structured discussions, mediators help uncover the interests and facilitate agreements that satisfy all involved. We have talked a lot about the importance of effective internal communication and collaboration between team members, but what can we do practically? First, we can create a detailed collaboration plan. Collaboration plan is a practical strategy which goal is to improve how teams work together. Instead of relying solely on casual cooperation, a collaboration plan provides us with a more structured framework. Focus on setting realistic and specific goals and tasks. Assign clear responsibilities for each milestone and for each member according to their strengths. Stay flexible for necessary adjustments. Monitor progress regularly. Create a feedback loop. Now let's elaborate. First, setting clear goals and expectations. For these purposes, you can try using the SMART framework. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. First, specific. As I have already mentioned, your goals and tasks should be specific and easy for every member of the team to understand. This way, all members of the team will be united by one specific goal. Moreover, people are more motivated and engaged when they understand what result is expected. Measurable. Any goal you set must be measurable by data that clearly shows that the desired outcome has been achieved. When we see a distinguished result of our work, we feel proud, excited, and eager to move forward. Achievable. By setting goals that are clearly out of reach, you risk upsetting the team and lowering the motivation, which can obviously lead to lower quality work, decreased productivity, and higher turnover rates. Instead, try setting up smaller goals. Smaller goals tend to be easier to achieve, and it supports team motivation. Relevant. Have a long think about why you are setting those goals. They should align with the needs and wants of individuals, teams, and your organization. And finally, time bound. Ensure you set a point in the time when the task needs to be completed. Setting an end date helps keep team members on track and gives them something to aim for. Now let's move on to clear responsibilities. A role is a specific function that a team member performs based on their expertise, experience, and personality traits to achieve a common goal. It is important to clearly define the team roles and responsibilities at the project outset to ensure everyone is on the same page and performing their duties as expected. Clearly defining the team roles and responsibilities brings clarity, prevents confusion and conflicts, makes it easier to work together, avoids the repetition of work or tasks, and helps in securing the necessary resources and skills for a project. Back to leadership communication. A mistake some leaders make is not consulting their team before assigning responsibilities. The responsibilities should match team members to roles based on their strengths, experiences, and interests. Ask whether each of the members agrees with the assigned task. Maybe some team members will approach you and take on a task by themselves. Next key point is flexibility. Engaging with flexibility in the workplace is demonstrated when team members actively embrace the willingness to adjust their approach, mindset, and behaviors based on evolving circumstances. Flexibility building is the result of specific behaviors practiced consistently over time. Here are some examples. With your team, you can practice adaptive thinking. So consider multiple approaches before committing to one solution. As a leader, you can ask your team, how else could we approach this? Is there a different way to reach our goal? You should show openness to change. Respond to new information with curiosity rather than resistance. Also, acknowledge when original plans need adjustment. You can ask your team, can you tell me more about the thinking behind that? In your opinion, what needs to be changed in our current plans? Develop response flexibility. Stay calm and solution focused when plans change. Modify your approach when initial methods are not working. Demonstrate collaborative adaptation. When needed, take initiative and share resources and knowledge when priorities shift. You can say, I have some resources from a past project, friend, colleague that might be helpful. Can I share them with you? You should also encourage others to do the same. Does anyone have a different approach that they used in the past to solve a similar problem? You may ask. Create space for innovation. Again, encourage brainstorming and creative problem solving. Finally, don't forget to respect different adaptation styles. Acknowledge that flexibility looks different across individuals and cultures. Now we're moving on to creating a feedback loop. What is a feedback loop and how is it different from regular feedback? While regular feedback usually happens rather spontaneously and it is typically like a one time or isolated exchange, a feedback loop is a continuous dynamic process. When the feedback is expected, it is easier to accept. A healthy feedback loop has three parts. First of all, deliver feedback clearly and constructively. Second, encourage action and reflection. And third, invite feedback in return. In conclusion, I'd like to mention one more time how crucial teamwork is for a project. Combined with effective internal communication and management, you will be able to achieve all the goals. I hope these tips will help you next time you need to work as a team. And thank you for listening.